Hello and welcome to Classroom Teaching. I am Shekhar. Students, in last session we have seen about the magnetic field produced by a current carrying conductor or current carrying straight conductor. That means suppose this is a current carrying conductor and if the current is flowing through it, then a magnetic field is produced around this conductor. And the direction of that magnetic field that we can calculate by using Fleming's right hand thumb rule that we have seen. But if I bend this conductor and if I make a circular loop from that, suppose this is a conductor, if I bend this conductor and if I make a circular loop in this way, and now if the current is flowing through this conductor, then what happens? Then what type of magnetic field is produced in it? That we are going to discuss today. That means if the current is flowing through a circular loop, how the magnetic field is produced, what is the strength of that magnetic field, on which terms the magnetic field depends, that we are going to see today. So, suppose it is a loop. Suppose I connect it to a rheostat. We know rheostat is used to change the current flowing through the loop or flowing through the circuit. Then a battery, and if we connect it here like this, this is point A, this is point B. So as soon as we connect the circuit, that means as soon as we start current flowing through the circuit, the current it flows from positive to negative. That means it is flowing from A to B in a circular loop. Definitely whenever the current is flowing through the loop, whenever the electric current is flowing, magnetic field is produced. We can calculate the magnetic field, the properties and direction of magnetic field by performing similar experiment that we have performed for straight conductor. So take a cardboard here. If we make two holes here to the cardboard and if we take the loop through it, and whenever we pass current through it, sprinkle some iron fillings as we have seen in the previous experiment, and we can easily find out the lines of forces of the magnetic field produced by this loop. So these lines of forces are like this. As we go away from this conductor, the distance between these two lines of forces, it goes on increasing. That means the lines, they becomes bigger and bigger. The circles, they are becoming bigger and bigger on the both sides. Here also, in this way. And if we try to find out the direction of the magnetic field, we can easily find it by using right hand thumb rule. Here the direction is in upward direction. So take this in this way. So the thumb indicates the direction of electric current. Then the curled fingers gives the direction of magnetic field. So here in this case, the magnetic field direction, it is this direction. Here in this case, now the direction of electric current is in downward direction. We can find out in this way. So curled fingers are in this way. So the direction of magnetic field we can find out here. As we come to the center of the loop, the lines, they are becoming bigger and bigger, and they become so large that as they are nothing but the arc, it becomes a straight line in the center. In the center, the arc, it becomes a straight line. So this is nothing but the direction of magnetic field produced due to these 2 points. Suppose this is a P point, this is Q point. So the magnetic field produced due to these 2 points are near about a straight line in the center of the loop, and they are having similar direction. We have just seen about the magnetic field produced by 2 points only on this conductor. Take any another 2 points. Suppose I take this point. Again, whenever the current is flowing, magnetic field is produced. These magnetic field lines, these are like this. What happened to the center of the loop? Again, we can find out the direction of the magnetic field. It is in this direction. So, in the center of the loop, again, it is a straight line and in the same direction. So, due to this, due to every point on the loop, the magnetic field produced, it is in the same direction and it is in the straight line in the center of the loop, and therefore in the center of the loop the magnetic field is much more, very much high magnetic field we are getting than the magnetic field produced by a straight wire. In the center it is very large, strong magnetic field we are getting, because it is due to every point on the loop. And this magnetic field, it increases as we increase the electric current flowing through the circuit, that we know. But if we increase the number of loops, suppose for one loop certain amount of magnetic field is produced here. If I take 10 loops instead of 1, like this. If we take 10 loops like this, then the magnetic field produced due to that loops, it must be 10 times. It must be 10 times that are produced by a single loop. So we can increase the magnetic field by increasing the number of turns, by increasing the number of loops there. So this is how the magnetic field is produced by a circular loop, current carrying loop. It is slightly different than the magnetic field produced by a straight wire. Now let us discuss the magnetic field produced by a solenoid. Let us first see what is solenoid. So solenoid, it is nothing but the insulated copper wire. If we wound it in the form of number of loops in the form of a spring, then it is called as solenoid. We can make easily this solenoid. Take a pencil or marker or anything, and if we wound a copper wire over it in this way, in my hand it is a insulated copper wire. So if we wound a copper wire in this way, and if we take this copper wire out here, then this is nothing but a solenoid. We can make the solenoids of different number of turns or different number of diameters by using different diameters. If we use a pencil, the diameter may be very small. So this is nothing but a solenoid. And if I connect these two ends of the solenoid to the conducting to the battery, then a current is flowing through it. Suppose I make a solenoid here. So this is nothing but a solenoid. If I make connections, that means if I connect it to the battery and a key, and if I start current flowing through, that means if I press the key, the current starts flowing in this direction. So this should be the direction of electric current. And the current, as soon as the current starts flowing through it, magnetic field is produced. Here also we are taking number of loops, but the loops, they are in the form of spring. So whenever the current it is flowing in this direction, we can find out the magnetic field produced due to electric current flowing at a particular point by using the rules that we know. So if the current it flows in this direction, then the magnetic field produced by this solenoid, it is nothing but in this way. Or this is nothing but the magnetic field produced by current carrying solenoid, and the direction of this magnetic field, it is nothing but, this must be the direction of the magnetic field. So these are nothing but the lines produced by, these are nothing but the bigger lines. As we go away from this solenoid, from this spring or current carrying conductor, the distance between these two lines, consecutive lines, it goes on increasing, and that we cannot show here. But if we think in the center of the solenoid, if we go through it, then the magnetic field, all these lines are parallel to each other. That means we can easily see the line of forces which are present here, they are parallel here in the same direction, and therefore we can say the magnetic field produced by a solenoid in the center of the loops through the solenoid, it is uniform magnetic field. So the magnetic field produced inside the solenoid, it is uniform. If we compare this magnetic field or type of this magnetic field with the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet, then we can easily say that these two are exactly similar to each other, because the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet, it is also of the same type. Suppose this is a bar magnet, here it is a north pole, here it is a south pole is developed here in a solenoid. Suppose this is north pole of a bar magnet, this is south pole. Then the magnetic lines of forces, they are of the similar type as we can see in the solenoid. So the magnetic field produced and magnetic force lines, these are produced by a solenoid, they are same as that we learned in bar magnet. Only the difference is the magnetic field lines in the center of the loops, it is uniform. So uniform magnetic field is produced through this coil. If we want the stronger magnetic field, then just go on increasing the number of loops. By making n number of loops, we can make a very strong magnetic field by using a solenoid. Or we can increase the magnetic field by increasing the electric current flowing through the solenoid. So these are nothing but the magnetic field produced by a loop and the magnetic field produced by a solenoid. So if we compare the magnetic field produced by a loop and magnetic field produced by a solenoid, then we can easily say that by increasing the number of loops, we can increase the magnetic field produced by it, and the magnetic field in the center of the loop produced by every point on that loop, it is parallel, and therefore we get strong magnetic field in the center of the loop. Here in case of solenoid, we can say by increasing the number of loops again, we can increase the magnetic field produced by a solenoid, and magnetic field produced by a solenoid, it is similar to the magnetic field produced by a bar magnet that we learned in 8th standard. North pole and south pole, they are produced if we start current flowing through the solenoid. And in the center of the solenoid, through these loops, we can see that uniform magnetic field is produced because all the lines which are passing through the center, they are parallel to each other. So we will stop here for this session, and we will discuss about the force acting on a current carrying conductor, a very new and interesting concept, in next session. Thank you very much.